everybody. We're on some nice farmland here in Pennsylvania. Beautiful day, blue skies, sunny, bit on the chilly side. Still those March temperatures, not getting much above the high 40s. We were supposed to be on a property today that has a history of notorious person there who allegedly buried some things sometime in the past. Well, we hope to get on that permission very shortly. But today we're going to put on our boots. It's been a little muddy here. We had a lot of rain yesterday. We'll see how we get on. But let's give it a dig and see what we find. Okay, we're getting a signal here. It's kind of a 60-61. This is nickel territory, so let's give it a dig, see what we have. Well, not a very exciting find. We have ourselves our first piece of scrap aluminum of the day. On to the next. Okay, we've got signal number 2 here. It's coming up as an 89. It could be another piece of aluminum, but let's have a look and see what we find. Okay, it's over here. It's in this clump. And it's in this clump. Oh, it's here. Okay, it's here somewhere. And we have ourselves a penny. And it looks to be an old penny. I can see from the rim here, it's got some age. It's either a Wheatie or an Indian. Let's try to do this one-handed. And it could be a button, I suppose, but it looks like a coin. Here's the back. Looks like a wheat penny from here. Well, let me clean it up just a bit and come right back to you. Well, we've got it cleaned up just a bit here. You can see Mr. Lincoln looking to the right. And it appears it's a 1973 Lincoln. You can see on the back the Lincoln Memorial. So it's a modern Lincoln, nothing to write home about. It was down deep, good 8 inches. Well, there are coins here. Well, we got ourselves a loud 63 here. I should have said we're using the Tekkna program with a large coil. So let's give this a dig. Well, at first I thought we had a little shiny silver here, but on closer inspection it sure seems like this is our nemesis, the pull tab. That's what it is, a pull tab. 63, 64, loud signal. On to the next. And in our next hole, it was a deep sound. It's a small piece of lead. Okay, everybody, we've got a really screaming 93, 95, 94. It could be that we're on some big old aluminum can here. It's a little bit large. And unfortunately, that's what we have. We've got a bottle top here with the aluminum lid still on it and some glass shards underneath. A bit dangerous. We'll take care of that and move on to the next. The nice thing about watching these videos, folks, if you've ever had any desire to metal detect, well, you can do it right from the comfort of your couch or sofa. Let me do all the digging and all the hunting and all the finding of rubbish in fields. Well, here we are, another loud signal. Thought it could be something quite good. It was a little bit elongated, but I figured it's worth digging, and I did. Let's take a look. Not exactly what we're looking for. Well, you know, it's copper, but not what we're looking for. On to the next. All right, folks, I had a signal here. It's coming up as a 77, 78, and I just pulled it out And it appears that we have a coin, or should I say the remnants of a coin here. It looks like it could be possibly a large cent. So that would have been well, from the late 1700s through to the mid 1800s. Large bronze coin. Let me get a brush out, see if I get any details off of it whatsoever. But it does look round. Well, it was round at one time. It's missing about a third of the coin, maybe a quarter of the coin. Anyway, let me see if I can clean it a little bit better and get right back to it. Well, I'm sorry to say I'm not getting any good enough detail off the coin to be able to identify it, but it appears from the weight and the size that it could be a colonial coin, maybe a farthing. It's a little misshapen, and it's thinner than you would expect from a large cent. In fact, it's a bit smaller than you would expect from a large cent. This is an area that was used in colonial times. In fact, just through those woods, there is a house that dates back to the mid 1700s. So this property was all part of that farm at that time, and it's quite possible that it's colonial. It certainly has age, and at the moment though, I'm not getting any detail off that would give me a sense for exactly what period. In any event, it's an interesting find. It's better than aluminum, and we will move on to the next. Okay, I've been digging this hole here, 66, 65. My pinpointers decided to go on the fritz for the moment. I've got something here in the clump that is ringing up solidly now, and I'm not sure what it is. It could be a shotgun shell. It could be a button. I'm gonna see what we have. I think we have a button. Some sort, I don't know. Give me a minute, brush it off, and I'll come right back. Well, frankly, I'm not sure what that is. I thought it was a button, and it appears to have some sort of a shank there, or the remnants of a shank. That's the top of it. It looks like a button from the top, but it's got these ridges around the sides. I don't know. If you know, comment below, because I'm in the dark on this one. But it was a decent signal and down deep. On to the next. Okay, we've got a signal here. And, do we have a coin? It's always a challenge to do this one-handed. Whatever it was. See, you have a pinpointer for a reason, and it really helps you identify these small objects. And here we have the small object without the help of the handy pinpointer. What it is, I don't know. An errant piece of metal. Looks like it was formed at something at some time. Actually, it's probably lead now that I take a closer look, and you see that patina. So, unfortunately, nothing to write home about. The good news is I just got a phone call from another permission that I haven't been on yet, but the owner tells me the house was built in the late 1700s. There's about an acre of land around it. He's asked me to, he's invited me to come over and take a look. So we're gonna wrap up here. We're gonna walk back towards the car on this field. If we find anything else interesting here, I will show you. Otherwise, we'll head over to the other permission and see if we can find something there. On to the next. Okay, folks, something here deep in the hole, probably about 7-8 inches down. Let's see if we can find it here. Again, we're not the use of a pinpointer, so it's a little bit awkward, but it's definitely out of the hole, and appears to be over in this section here. It's in my hand. I don't think it's that. And I don't think it's that. And I don't think it's that. And it could be that. That's what it is. We have something here. And something with some decoration on it. Not sure exactly what. Okay, let me get the brush on it and just see if there's anything that we can take away from this piece. Well, can you identify this? I think what we have here is the top part of a pewter spoon or fork, but some sort of utensil that had a little floral decoration here at the top. So yeah, it's not nothing. It is something. It has age to it, and this field has age to it. So yeah, it's an interesting find. Not exactly what we're looking for, but it's something. People often ask me how sensitive is a machine. Well, here's a hole about 6-7 inches deep, and here's what we found: just a small piece of small fragment of metal, probably copper, possibly lead, but it was down deep. Not what we're looking for, but it just goes to show how sensitive these machines can be, and especially running the Tekkna program on the XP Deus 2. Okay folks, this might be our last signal on this field here, but we are getting a 91, 90, 91. You know how much we love high tones. This could be deep silver. I don't want to count our chickens before we hatch, but you know, let's give this a go, see what we have here. 91, 89, 90, 91. A little elongated, so it could be scrap aluminum, but let's see. All right, folks, it's out of the hole now, and we are getting a screaming 94, 95, 93, 94, 95. So either something really good or something really bad. And let's see. Oop, I think we might have a coin. Could be grass. No. Oh my God, I think we have silver. I think we have a silver coin right here on edge. Okay, well, we're having all sorts of equipment issues today. The pinpointer is not working properly. My microphones, well, this is a dongle that plugs into the phone. The end of the dongle broke off, so we're without a microphone as well. So I'll shout as much as I can. We're really excited here. We do have a coin. It was down deep, down about 10 inches. I can see the edges are silver. I'm gonna take this mud off. Okay, so we got a lot of the mud off. We're gonna now hit it with some water and see what we have. I think it's probably a Roosevelt. Nope, it looks like it's a mercury. I have not had a mercury in 2 years of metal detecting. I know it's hard to believe because there seem to be a dime a dozen. I finally have a mercury dime. My wife will be glad to hear that because I've been moaning about not getting a mercury. Now there is some key dates on mercury. This looks like a 1923. I know that that's not a 16D, which is the big one. It's in circulated condition, but it is mercury. It is silver, and let's see if we can get a mint mark off the back of it. I don't see a mint mark, but there we have it. That is a mercury dime, 1923 P, Philadelphia, and she's a beauty. First mercury dime. I know some other metal detectors like to kiss their mercuries and their Lady Liberties. I'm not going to kiss her, but I will admire her. Great looking coin. First mercury ever detecting. And yeah, down 10 inches. Very clear signal. Love the XP Deus too, running the Tekkna program. That's the secret to this mercury. And there it is, a little more cleaned up. That's my first mercury dime, 1923. Just a really nice old silver dime. 101 years old. Doesn't look a day over 30. Always liked the design of the mercury dimes with the winged head of Mercury on them. Very sort of Art Deco / neoclassical. Just a lovely coin, and not bad condition for a circulated coin. And there's the reverse. Not a bad mercury for your first. Hey folks, thanks for joining me on the farm today. It was a spectacular day and a very fun hunt. I hope you enjoyed it. I was using Gary Blackwell's Tekkna program for the XP Deus 2, which again performed well on that type of farm field. Two finds I want to talk about very quickly here in the wrap up. One is this. I thought it might be a colonial coin. It's got no details. It's badly corroded, and of course it's missing a section of the coin. But when I overlay it onto a US large cent, that is what it would have been. It just matches up, aligns perfectly to a US large cent, and we figured that part out. But in terms of date or any other details, just not there. Then, of course, our spectacular find of the day. I bought my Deus 2 in July of 2022. It has been that long, and I finally now have a mercury dime. Yep. This is the 1923 mercury dime. There were 31,041,000 of these made, and now there's one less in the ground. So very delighted with that. I'm going to come back to this farm next week in the next episode and have another hunt, try to find more silver. There's clearly coins here. It's an old field that's been worked as a farm for hundreds of years. It's a colonial house in the distance. There's more lurking in the soil. It's been detected, sure, but when you can find silver dimes still in places that detectors have gone over multiple times, you know there's still items waiting to be found. So join me next week. We're going back to the farm. We're going to have another look and see if we can find some more coins, and I'll bring them to you the next edition of IDigHighTones. So happy hunting, and may all your tones be high tones. Thank you. See you soon. And please remember to like and subscribe to this video and tell your friends so we can continue to make more. See you next time.